Guys? I want to share my adventure today with all of you in a short story. So today was very exciting. Today was going to be my bank tour, where I went to a bunch of different banks looking for silver, looking for half dollars and dollar coins and so forth, and been preparing for it for a while. Sometimes for one of my jobs, I have to transport mail, and I go between three different towns. And while working, while driving, I took note of where these different banks were. And there's a total of 9 banks. So I figured, all right, well, when payday rolls around, I will hit up all 9 of these banks and see if they have any half dollars and silver dollars. And so I was kind of excited about it. I've been waiting a while to do this. Today was payday. I was all ready to go. After work, took care of Gus, came home, had lunch, all that stuff, and I went off to these banks. Now, I stop at the first bank. I'm all excited. I got cash in my pocket. I'm ready to treasure hunt, so to speak. And a lot of you probably think I'm a dork just for doing something like that. I love it. It's fun. It's an adventure. I don't care how dorky it is or not. It's money. It's cool. It's fun for me. Regardless, I get to the first bank, and a really nice woman there. And by the way, I've never been to any of these banks, and I can't tell you, I'm very surprised. Some of these banks are really, really nice banks. But anyway, um, so I get to this first bank, and the woman's like, "Oh no, I'm real sorry, we don't have anything. We just got cleared out yesterday." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, there's this guy. I guess he lives locally. He comes in every now and then and asks for half dollars and silver dollars. And he came in yesterday, and he got about $600 worth from us. We had in our vault." And I'm thinking, what? Early bird gets the worm, I suppose. But I missed it by one day. So I'm like, oh man, like it just kind of like that sucks. So I'm like, whatever, fine. And I said, thanks a lot for your time and all that. And okay, no problem. See you later. So I'm walking out the door and I'm thinking, one day, if I only came here yesterday or the day before, maybe would have caught this. $600 is a substantial amount. A lot of banks don't have them at all, and they may not have them for years. It's one of those things where, like I said, customers come in, they happen to, drop them off, and so I'm thinking, man, I just missed the boat. So I get to the second bank, which is not too far up the road. Totally different branch, by the way. Well, obviously, they're all different banks. Um, I walk in the second bank, and it's beautiful, really big. I've never been. It's actually deceiving from the front. It looked like this little hole in the wall place. I walk in, it's like massive. They have like 5 different desks, and all this artwork on the wall and stuff. And I'm like really impressed by the bank itself. Anyway, I go up to the teller, at the front desk there, and I say, "Hey, how you doing? I'm just looking to see if you guys have any half dollars or silver dollars." And she's like, "Ah, I'm sorry. Yesterday, some guy came in." I'm like, "Really? Yesterday?" And I asked her what the guy looked like, and she said he had long blonde hair and a ponytail. And I'm like, all right. I said, "Did you have anything yesterday?" She's like, "Yeah, we had I think $5 or $6 worth, and just loose." And she's like, "He comes in all the time, and he'll ask for him." So I'm thinking, damn it, I just missed it. Who is this mysterious man who has the same idea I have, and apparently better at it, at least by a day? So like, now I'm kind of getting frustrated a little bit, and it's not like anything is owed to me, but this is my day, this is my adventure, and I go out and I'm slowly finding out that this guy is hitting up every bank. There's 9 banks in between these 3 towns, and each one after another, I get the same story. "Oh, guy was in here yesterday, cleaned this out." "Really? What the guy look like?" "Oh, long blonde hair, ponytail." Mother effer. So, like, as my day is progressing, I'm hitting one bank after the next, getting in and out of my car, just starting to hate every blonde guy with a ponytail in the world. So, it's just going downhill from here, literally one after another. "Oh, sorry, yesterday." "Oh, yeah, what the guy look? Oh, blonde hair, long ponytail." "Thanks, great." So, it's really funny. In fact, at one point, I was in traffic and I was waiting at a stoplight, and I saw some guy passing a trunk, and he had a ponytail. I'm thinking, is that the guy? Is that my guy taking all my stuff? It's just really funny because, I mean, looking back at it, I was actually getting frustrated. I'm like, damn it. And so I get to the last bank. All right, this is my last hope. And it just so happens that this particular bank, which happens to be a dime bank, they had $150 worth of Kennedy halves. I'm like, score, awesome, cool. In fact, they gave me this nifty little bag to carry down in. So beautiful bank. They just built this one in this area, and it is really, really nice. It's huge, huge bank. So I'm like, all right, cool, score. Load them all up. They were all, in rolls. And I'm all happy, like a little kid in a candy store. I'm walking out, big, huge smile across my face. Girl at the counter there, she's like, you get excited for this kind of stuff, huh? And you can tell. I'm like, this is awesome. This is great. And so I walk out with my treasure. I bring it to the car, and I go home. First thing I do is I start unraveling them, taking a look at them. I figured, maybe I'll film it. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to make you guys suffer and watch me just open these things all the time. If I find them in the future, maybe I'll make videos on it, giving you like updates and stuff like that. But I'm not going to just do a bunch of videos of me opening them up and looking at them. And I went through all of them, and there was not a single coin with any silver content. They're all from 71 to like 99, all kinds of years, which is interesting. Usually I see the old ones. You see a lot of like, 70s and maybe early 80s. I usually don't see ones from the 90s. But every single one was just, normal coins, no silver content. So I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, that's cool, it's fine. I explained this before in my other video. This is a way for me to force save money, which is good. So I never see this as a loss. It's money for money, and it's a way for me to save it. So that's awesome. But a little disappointing, no silver. That's just how the cookie crumbles. And I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? I started getting really curious about this. I called the bank back, and I said, hi, how you doing, ma'am? I was just in there. I'm the guy who just picked up all your half dollars. And I remember the girl's name, Carol, and I'm like, yeah, I was laughing with Carol, cleaning you guys out, the $50 guy. And she's like, oh, yeah, yeah. She's like, how you doing? What do you need? And I said, well, so I have a weird question. And I'm like, I'm not even sure if you can tell me this with like Privacy Act and everything, but I'm like, do you happen to know who dropped off that stuff? She's like, oh, well, I couldn't tell you the guy's name. All I remember is he had a ponytail. I'm like, mother effer. So apparently this is his drop bank. And this is the exact same idea that I had. I mean, I'm not the first person to think of this. It's just annoying that I'm too late to the party here. Picking a drop bank is a bank you go to and you don't ask for the coins. It's the bank that you always drop them off. In other words, if you clean the entire area out and you're taking all their stuff all the time, you don't want to keep going back to these same banks and saying, oh, sorry, don't want it anymore. You're going to frustrate them, you're going to annoy them, they're not going to give me anymore, it's going to be a problem. So just like my idea, you pick one bank and you never ask for them, but when it comes time to cash in for your paper bills, because eventually it's going to be cumbersome to have thousands of these half dollars, it's hard to use them at 50, 60 bucks at a time if you're actually buying things. So what you do is when you collect a substantial amount, you roll them up and you drop them off and get your fiat currency, your paper dollars. So the idea is you stick with one bank you never ask. You have one bank that you can get to that you drop off. It's your drop bank. Apparently, my score was this Ponytail dude's drop bank, and I just basically got all of the coins that he went through and took all the silver out, and I'm the schmo that walked in behind him, and picked it all up. And it's just, to me, it's a funny story, because now like I have this image burned in my brain of this just blonde ponytail dude. So, it's really funny. If you're watching, I'm watching you, dude. Every guy with I don't trust any ponytails anymore. Not a single one. Never really did. Just saying. But I thought I'd share that story with you. So it was a bust today. But it's actually pretty cool because the couple towns I went through, I've driven through these towns for the last decade. 10 years I've been driving through these towns, and I never really stopped and looked at all the little shops and stuff like that. And I ended up spending the day there. I went to a nice burger joint, and I got a good lunch. So it wasn't a wasted day, but it was so frustrating. My whole day I'm like tailing it, and this mysterious guy now, and apparently he cleans the whole area out. So he must do the rounds. He goes on his own little bank tour. I thought it was an interesting story to share with you guys. If nothing else, to not make you feel so bad, if you watch these videos, and you'll see like my original silver video about bank silver, I just got really, really lucky and found a buttload of silver because some old lady brought in all of her coins. I happened to walk in, 2 hours later and take them all. This stuff doesn't happen very often. Don't get frustrated if you get all excited, and you watch these videos and you're like, oh, this is great, and you go to your bank and they have nothing, and you're like, oh, it's a bummer. Don't get disappointed by it. It really is rare to find silver in just circulation. It's a crapshoot. It's total luck, and it's not often that these coins get turned into banks. And a lot of times when you do get a bunch, like in this case, it's because someone else already picked through it and they're returning all the stuff that they don't want, because they're not coin collectors. They're silver collectors. They're getting it for the metal content, not for the ooh wow, it's an old coin that we don't use anymore. So nothing else. I got this nifty little bag I can put all my hopes and dreams in and stare at. Yeah, just kidding. Yeah, so I thought I'd share my frustration with all of you. It's a good way to vent, is to make a video. I know, I'm such a dork, but it's okay. I love it. Having fun with life. So yeah, don't feel bad if you don't find any silver. It could take years before you find something. In the meantime, save your pennies and buy the real stuff. Buy straight bullion and rounds and coins whenever you can in small amounts, and eventually your collection will grow. So that's it. Like I said, just wanted to share that short story with you. And don't trust anyone with ponytails. Sneaky people. Some bitch. All right. I'm out of here. I got stuff to do. Thanks for listening. As always, really do appreciate your time, even as goofy as I can be sometimes. You stick with me and you watch anyway. And most of you, right after a video, you go, why am I subscribed to this guy again? But you come back anyway. So for that, a big thank you and a big pat on the back for hanging in there. So until next time, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you soon. Take care.